Hey moms, welcome to the Momtrepreneur Life Coffee Chat with Life Unboxed blog. I am Jodie the mom, and this is a time where we pull the curtain back on the Momtrepreneur life and we chat about a topic. So I try to stick with one topic. Sometimes we might rabbit trail into a few other things, but I don't want to paint this picture of everything is just rainbows and Skittles. I want to be very honest about, hey, sometimes we have awesome days. Some days we have bad days. Most days are just like, we're good. So this is the kind of chat we have. And so it's a place to pull your hair up. And I decided for the coffee chat, I'm like, I just need to put my hair up because honestly, this is what it looks like most days. If I am going to a meeting or going to co-op or something like that, then I'll put my hair down and I'll do my hair. But usually by the afternoon, it's up. So I'm like, I literally need to put my hair up in ponytail because I keep saying that. I do have my I'm a Mom, What's Your Superpower t-shirt. And we're going to chat. And so we're going to talk about, and I have a few notes here because I need to remember what I was going to say. And you guys saw my surprise I was going to show everyone. So, yeah, today the 2-year-old decided to buy a first class ticket on the Hot Mess Express. So that is how my day has gone. Let's just say she went to bed before 6 o'clock and she was laying down. There was no complaints from her. So that is how has your day been? Any kids hitching a ride on the Hot Mess Express? Yeah. All right. So I wanted to show you, I was really hoping that I would have my new t-shirt in this week, but it's not here. But I did get the latest journal, and I really have to say I like how it turned out. And it said, for my podcast listeners, it says, keep calm, mom on. And of course, in my coffee cup, because we have to have coffee, it is in my new Keep Calm, Mom On mug. And I have to say, I really like it. So shirts are out. I'll leave links in the description, the show notes below. But you can find this by going to lifeunboxed.blog/shop. I think it's shop. Just go to lifeunboxed.blog and click the shop link at the top. All right, so we had some coffee. So last week in our coffee chat, we talked about just time to take a break and unplug, and then started talking about I was taking January to really think about my goals. And so I have. And so I wanted to give just show you practically how I set it up and how I lay it out. I did do a whole goal series, and so definitely I'll leave the playlist link below. And that was kind of like, hey, if everyone who says you should be doing SMART goals or big, hairy, scary goals, and those don't work for you, then zag with me or zig with me, whichever one I said, while everyone else zags. So that was the goal series. And so now, because I'm kind of like in the middle of actually working those same steps that I gave you, I wanted to give you I wanted to show you practically how I actually do it and what that looks like. So the first thing that I have to do is come to terms with the fact that I can only go as fast as I can go. And I see different people on social media. There's my watch going off. Yes. See people on social media at the beginning of the year, like, what's your word for the year? And people would come up with, abundance, and I don't remember all the words I saw, but you know what I mean. And I'm like, yeah, no, that's not really for me. But I think my theme for this year is that I can only go as fast as I can go. So I may have a ton of ideas. I may have things that I really want to get done. and I'm going to work on them to get them done. But I also have 6 kids who require my attention. And honestly, I'm doing all of this stuff so that I have more time with them. That is the ultimate goal. So that they are my passion. And I know that goes against all those mom gurus who tell you your identity and value should not be in your kids. Well, mine isn't. But my passion is my kids. And you know what? That's okay. And yes, I did write about that too. And did a show on that. So I will leave links for those as well. Anyway, so let's get practical right now. Let's get some coffee. I need some coffee. Okay. So I usually focus on like 5. I'm going to show you. So I have my planner. And it's a Plum planner, and I'm not an affiliate with them, but I just love their planners because you can customize them. I think that's the big thing for me. They have certain layouts, but with them, you still can customize. See, like this is my favorite part. I'm going to show you right here. And like I said, I'm not an affiliate, so if you guys buy a planner, like I'm not getting anything from it. So I have all these categories on the side there, and I can put what I want there. So I can have them print what I want. So that's probably one of my favorite parts. And no, I don't do time blocking or anything like that because baby throws up on you. There goes your block of time. So I treat them more like sections and to-do lists. But anyway, so I usually have 5 or 6 areas that I will focus on. And this is like your special date section, and this is where I use it for my goals. So on this side where the pencil is, those are things that I would like to accomplish. And then on this side where the pen is, that's where I make them permanent and set my ideas there. So these are the areas that I'll focus on. So I'll have weekly habits. So these are the things that I'm going to do on a weekly basis. It may not be every day of the week, but they're things that I want to do consistently throughout the week. So like workout, that may be 3 to 4 times a week. I actually found that I accomplish it every single time when I do 3 times a week. When I add 4 times a week, it's a lot harder to do because things come up. So if I set the goal or the habit at 3 times a week, I always accomplish it. So that's one thing that's on there for my weekly habits. I also have classes and podcasts. So either watch a class or listen to a podcast that's going to be learning. So right now I'm doing a class on keyword research for YouTube. So just slowly, I just go through that. And as long as I do something every week, and I don't set a time limit for that, I just do something every week. That is the goal. So then the next are classes I want to take. And so I'll usually have a list. Now these I don't always get through because I may have an idea of a class that I want to take, but then it's like, you know what, that's not really for me. And so then I get scratched off my list because, all right, don't waste your time with something that's not going to actually be a benefit to you. So that's my rule. So if I feel like, no, this is not the direction I want to go in, or no, this information is not new or not helpful, then I'll just skip it. And then I have a list of books. These are all nonfiction books, and I usually have 8 to 10 on there because there are other books that pop up throughout the year, listening to podcasts, reading nonfiction books. You're always going to get more book recommendations. So if there's something that sparks my interest, then I'll add it to the list. So I like to leave room in there to add more to the list. Now, these are just books that I want to physically read, either because I already have them, because I've bought them, and there's my stacks. Anyone else have stacks of books? But anyway, so they're usually ones that I'm going to actually read. I don't have a list of audiobooks because I do get through those pretty quickly. Like I will listen while I'm working. I will listen, while I'm doing the dishes or cooking or different things like that. So I don't have a list of audiobooks, but I will say this. I can get through, between the reading and the audiobooks, I get through about 40 books per year. And that's just for nonfiction. That does not include the fiction books that I read. I don't keep track of those. And I just read either a book club book for fiction or something that catches my fancy. So, and the nonfiction books may not always be business. They could be biographies. I love listening to Thomas Sowell books. Like, you want to listen to a smart man? He's a smart man. So a lot of genres, a lot of variety of books that I'll do. So I always have books on my list. And then I will have what I want to accomplish for my blog. And that's rather long. And I'm looking at it thinking that I don't know if I'm going to get to everything, because I have write my book, create the course. I want to do more homeschool unit studies. I want to create 6 journals so I can put one out every other month, like this one. And I have some great ideas. So I've already started on them, actually. That's my creative outlet. And then I want to really establish Life Unboxed as a resource for moms. So that's a lot. Those are huge things on the list. So I'll just be honest. I don't know if I'm going to get to all of them. And probably the one, if I don't get to one, it'll be the unit studies. Not because I don't want to do them. They're just a lot of work. And so I don't know how it will fit into my other 2 big projects that I want to do. So I do have one unit study already up. That's how I know it's a lot of work. So you can check that out. It's a state unit study. And I'll leave the link below. Then I also have a focus section. And this could either be like a theme or like something that I really want, that is more like my heart and soul is going into this focus for this year. So my books, my classes, everything is going to support this focus. And so there's 4. I know it's a lot. So getting Life Unboxed out there, producing really good content, doing collaborations, and finding sponsored posts. So really my focus is my blog and just getting that out there, getting to be more known. And then for the first time, I've actually added a homeschooling category because I think I'm like 85% sure that I'm going to add my soon-to-be 5-year-old to kindergarten next year. Like right now we're doing some stuff, but it's, he's 4. So we're just kind of like getting in the groove of things, not really focused on necessarily him learning, just more like learning a routine of school. So as my homeschool gets bigger and I'm going to have another high schooler next year, there's things I need to do and research I need to do and curriculum I need to find. So I have a list of those things that I need to look up as well. So those are my goals. And then what I also like about the Plum Planner is every month it has a spot for like 1, 2, 3. So I'll usually write a book down. I'll maybe put a class in depending on what I have to do. And then I'll write another goal. So for February, it might be, finish this chapter of the book or start on this section of the course. I haven't decided yet. I'm not there yet. And then I will pick a book to start reading as well. And then that just goes like throughout the month. They're just on my weekly to-do list. And so that is how I practically apply all of those tips about creating habits and goals to my life and how I keep track of them. So honestly, everything goes into my planner. Things I need to do for my clients, things that I need to do for myself, appointments, all of that. And this time I actually added a to-do list section tab, so I can keep my to-do list in there as well. So I think that is just a wrap on a real life glimpse of how I lay out my goals and the habits that I'm going to create to really get them accomplished. And then also, like I said, coming to terms with the fact that I may not get them all done. And honestly, that is a really hard place for me to be at because that's not my personality. That is not how I am. And it's also learning, like, it doesn't have to get done right now. Because a lot of times I'll have an idea pop into my head. I'm like, oh, I need to start on that. I need to work hard and do this. And sometimes, and it's part of the reason I do it is because I just don't want to forget to do it. So hence, like, I need to start writing everything down. But it's also coming to terms with, like, no, it's okay if I do that next week. Like, because I'm the type of person, like, I had all my reports in, like, when I was in Bible school, they were done like 2 months ahead of time. So that's just my personality. So, like, pushing something off to next week because it's okay if I do that is just not me. But like I said last week, also realizing, like, where I need to spend my energy and where I need to conserve my energy, and, like, no, it doesn't really need to be spent on this thing, and maybe my attention needs to be put over here. So I have a feeling this is going to be like a year of heart surgery, and that's never fun. Growing, especially when you're over 40, is never fun. So anyway, we are going to wrap it up. So don't forget to check out the Keep Calm Mom On journal, because I've always actually wanted a shirt, with all the Keep Calm stuff. I wanted a shirt that said Keep Calm Mom On. So I made one. So forget trying to figure out somebody else making it. I did it. So be sure to hop on over to lifeunboxed.blog. If you go to the shop, you can find the shirt, you can find the journal, you can find the coffee mug for our chats. I really like how big and bold it is. And be sure to check out the chats from last year. And again, I'm so glad the podcast listeners are also with us on these chats. And if you have a question or a topic, and it can be random, it doesn't have to, like, sometimes things just pop into your head, and it's like, oh, I wonder if, like, ask me those questions. You can email them in, you can leave them in the comments. I would love to hear those questions, and I will answer them if I can. So I am so glad you joined me today. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share with your friends. Help me accomplish one of my first goals for the year, and that is to spread the word about Life Unboxed being a resource for other momtrepreneurs. And I will see you in the next coffee chat with my hair up and hopefully my new shirt.